Good evening, YouTube. It's RJ again on my little channel for your perusal. I have a few quick thoughts to share with you today as I am again at the lake. As you can see, we're over there. It's absolutely wonderful weather as far as I'm concerned today. It's about 40 degrees and drizzling rain. Fog covers the entire lake. I find it just exhilarating and just absolutely incredible weather. Not only that, but it also makes it to where I pretty much have the lake to myself, which is absolutely fantastic. Quick note, this video, nor any video I make, is designed or intended to appeal to children. There. Don't forget that part. Now, the thought I had to share was on the subject of prepping. Now, you may not know, but for a good 20 years of my life, or more really, since I was in high school, I've been interested in the survivalism and bushcraft prepping, communities, and anything that I could learn there. And there is now, these days, a plethora of knowledge that you can gain on these subjects. When I was younger, and you said, I'm a survivalist, people looked at you like you were about to do something weird to their cat. But now, it's a more mainstream subject. And I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. But regardless, prepping has become a much more mainstream hobby. Let's call it that, because it's just about what it is. And you may be watching this video because you're making lists of what you'll need to survive should the shit hit the proverbial fan. And you're collecting items and food and water and medicine and armaments and all of these things and stowing them in a basement or closet or whatever it is you have. Or maybe you've gone even further than that and you have a bunker or whatever it is you have. And that is all just dandy and fantastic. Kudos to you. However, I have to ask you, have you considered the most important aspect of prepping? Do you know what that is? Because it's talked about little, especially in prepping circles. A little bit more in maybe bushcraft and survival circles, but prepping circles, no. It's basically just, we're going to collect this, we're going to have that, we have this, we have that, we have this, we have that, and we're going to be good for, whatever. I don't know how many days. Whatever you've chosen as your length of time to despair. So, have you considered the mental aspect of it all? Have you considered what you're really going to be dealing with? Because the most important player in that scenario, should you become within it, is going to be yourself. So now, if you are spending these days prior, you've collected, you've prepped, you have everything stowed away in nice little packages. But what about you? What changes have you made in you? Because you can have everything you'll need and not be prepared at all to use it. For instance, are you glued to the television set? Are you dependent upon every convenience? How many times a week or day do you stop at a convenience store and succumb to your habits of sugar or whatever else it may be? How prepared are you to be in a uncomfortable and inconvenient situation? How reliant can you be upon yourself? Because that is the most important thing you need to prepare, is your own self-reliance. Now, not only will you be better prepared for a shit hit the fan scenario, but you will enhance your own life by improving your self-reliance. I say this because it seems to be a failing now, these days, in our civilization. And I say civilization almost as a curse word, because I'm not fond of it. It makes us soft and weak and dependent. And these are not good virtues, regardless of what the future holds. So I ask you, what are you doing now to improve yourself and your own capabilities? Are you one of these who won't get outdoors unless the weather is perfect? Do you actually learn the skills you need? For instance, I've seen on many prepping sites and bug out forums and whatever, where individuals have chosen a bicycle as their mode of bug out. I can tell you from experience, you are not going to jump on a store-bought bicycle you have little experience with and ride many miles a day. That takes training, it takes effort, it takes conditioning your body. Are you doing that? You need to think now, beforehand, on changing your life and the way you live. Again, not only to prepare yourself for the cataclysm, but because it's a better way of living, where you're not so dependent upon every convenience that can be thrust within your hands, and you actually have a say-so about how you will live your own life. Just a thought I've had for the day. I appreciate you sticking around, watching the video. I'm sorry it's getting dark, so I'm going to close it. But I thank you. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate your time.